What's up? I feel a burp, like, right there. But every time I, like, go to burp, it's like, whoa, no, don't force it, because then we're gonna up our breakfast. And we don't want to do that, so... Hi. It's been a hot minute. That's why the title is a joke. Back with milk and cigarettes. Hang on, I think... Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I did not move. Just because the background is different. If you look at old VODs, you can still see this bookshelf in the background. I just moved my office from over there to right here. Just... because I needed a change of scenery and I needed instant gratification of something being different. So I just rearranged my office all over again. And I think it's a little bit better. Now, the lamp is no longer in my face, so I'm not pasty white. Still white, but not pasty. I'm not, like, washed out. You can actually see the contour of my face, which is awesome. And other than that, nothing else is different, really. I mean, aside from the background art and whatnot. But other than that, we still draw cats. We still do comics. We're still tired. We're still heavily caffeinated. Which I did not realize was a sign of OCD. Which I didn't realize I had. Anyway. I have been working on this comic a little bit away from stream. All the pages are lined and the eyes are colored. It's ready to go. All I need to do is do the flats and the backgrounds. And then we'll be done for the year. Unless something else happens. And I decide to get back into doing this comic because I just want part 1 to be done. So I can move on with my life. I've been working on this comic. I think this year is going to mark our 5th anniversary of working on the comic. And I feel like 5 years is a long time to be working on a comic and to just now be setting up the big bad that's coming. But at the same time, 5 years is nothing when it comes to working on a project. A lot of people don't realize, like, 5 years is nothing. Drop in the bucket. A mere blink to the life of an elf. I can wait. Hey, yay. I was on the run layer. So aside from everything changing for me, mentally, physically, nothing has changed at all. I don't know if the old background that you see here is going to stay due to the aesthetics, but I do miss this background. I remember liking it a lot when I first made it. And I remember the sprites I had for it were actually GIFs, and that was really hard to make, but it was really fun to have because it was like I was moving and like being animated. And it was really fun. I just don't have a GIF maker, so I had to use a free one online, and oh my god, that was a pain in the ass because I had to like chroma key some aspects of the background and it just was not working. Or when I did finally get a GIF maker that did work more than 3 times, the quality just was dog water. It just became so crunchy, and I just decided, you know what, that's just gonna be the aesthetic. That's just gonna be the aesthetic. Crunchy and pixely. Because we're going synthwave, you know? Retro. It's not garbage, it's just retro. That's how I made excuses for it. And that's how... But I mean, like, if it was my regular art, it would have looked really bad. But since I had already, like, done pixel art for this background, just it added more pixels. So it's like, okay. Not the worst thing that could have happened to the background, but I prefer if it didn't happen at all. C'est la guerre. I apologize if I'm yawning a lot. I'm yawning a lot. There we go. I think what I'm gonna do is just maybe just do the flats for these pages this stream, and then just plow through with the backgrounds when I'm not exhausted or just off stream. Okay, I'm gonna do this section. I gotta remember when this character shows up in the comic on DA, I have to remember to link to credit the original artist, because this character I actually got as an adoptable. I did not design this character. The only thing I added were her scars. That's all I did. And you know, translate her design to my style. But I do need to remember to do that. Same with a lot of other characters that are going to be showing up that are adoptables. Oh man, when like... I have a few characters that I got as adoptables, and I was like, okay, where are you gonna fit in this story? I don't know why I got you, actually. I don't have any place to put you. Okay, yeah, I'll put you here. That's not gonna show up until, like, chapter 6, so what are we doing in the meantime? So I have several characters up on Toy House that you can go look at them, so if you want a quick little spoiler, it's right there, that are just gonna be sitting in character purgatory for decades at the rate we're going. Oh, that's my chair. Okay, it was like, what's doing whoop? It's just a chair. And there's the cat. Hang on. Open the floodgates of heaven to let in a demon! Where you at? So I had to show her where her food is, because I had to move it last night. I wish copyright wasn't such a bitch, because before stream I was listening to this 80s Japanese pop playlist, and oh my god, is it good music. I was just vibing, and I felt really good. I was like, yeah, I could continue. It's like, this is a groove. I can, like, be in a good mood while listening to this, but it was like, I can't play it because it's all copywritten music, and just, fuck. I mean, I technically could, it's just Twitch would be muted, and then the YouTube VOD would immediately get dinged. So, the fuck's the point? Her ear and scar are the same color, right? Yeah, that's the same color. I have gotten better now, in doing the line art of remembering her scars. I've gotten way better at that now. Very proud. Okay, you can't see it from this angle. Or from that angle, so that's... yeah. Ah! Hey, Waffles! Just nice mess. Depression. Yep. Depression? Isn't that just a fancy word for being bummed out? Dwight, you ignorant slut! I've never even seen The Office. I just know all the memes, and oh my god, are they funny. Should I just watch The Office? Should I watch The Office? I've seen a few episodes of Parks and Rec, and I thought that was hilarious. You know, from now on, when people ask me how I'm doing, I'm not gonna bother lying to them. I'm just gonna say, oh, you know how it is. Just one mental breakdown after another. I haven't seen anybody have a friend who's obsessed with it. That's the thing with The Office. You've either never seen it but know the memes, or you're obsessed with it and you've rewatched it 50 times. And I'm scared I'm gonna be the next one of those people. Like, if I watch it, I'm afraid I'm gonna become obsessed with it. So it's like, you know what? Maybe for my own mental health, I'll just keep my distance. Save yourselves! I'm just gonna... Laptop finally died. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, laptop. Oh, that came up. Yay! I love a lamp. It still works. I've had these three colors. I got blue, green, and red. And they've been around, I think, longer than me. This lava lamp is older than me. At least I'm pretty sure it is. And baby still works. I got one behind it that is newer. but, you know, it's not the vintage kind. And it's not plugged in, because I only got 2 plugs back there. Alright, what I'm gonna do is we're just gonna do that. And then this. Because there's no real rhyme or reason to her stripes. I mean, maybe they would be. The only bad thing or downside of this new camera setup is you can't see Hawk. You can't see the baby as she sleeps next to me. Hang on. There she is. There's baby. Was that where I had it? No, I had it. Right? Oh well. Okay. I thought I was listening to some really boppin' tunes before stream. I've just been in a real musical mood lately. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just I can't stream when I'm in a music mood. Damn it. Because the copyright gods would swoop down and smite me. Sits on your lap, but it was the most annoying position and gets angry when you move. Yeah. When she was a kitten, Hawk used to sleep on my desk while I was working, and I let her do it because she was small enough to like, allow it to happen. But then if you saw my community post, she did it again for like the first time in a long time. I don't know what had gotten into her that evening, but she was just super cuddly. I'm not complaining, but I didn't get any work done for a good 20 minutes because she was just sleeping right there. And I'm like, you know what? Whatever I'm listening to, it can play. Are you maybe you see a peek of it? No. I'm just gonna shade it out anyway. There we go. Isn't that just a fancy word for being bummed out? Do I urinary slot? So, changing topics, but still slightly on topic with the depression thing. I fully believe that people should speak honestly and not sugarcoat the gravity of mental health and its implications and whatnot, because I I didn't think I had a certain mental disorder because I didn't have the symptoms that people talk about, like the organization and the repetitive flicking light switches and counting things and all that. I didn't have those aspects of OCD, so I thought, no, I don't have OCD. I don't have any of that. I'm not quirky. I'm not organized. was like, that's not what OCD is. It's repetitive, intrusive thoughts that manifest in compulsive behavior. It's like, oh. And it's like, it's not just like having Cotton Eye Joe stuck in your head. That's not OCD. It's so much more. It's guilt, shame, and constantly needing assurance. And it's funny because I've finally been keeping a mental health journal, and I've been writing just brain barfing exactly what I'm feeling in the moment when I'm writing it. And I looked back on it and went, oh. Oh. Yeah, that's OCD, honey. I highly suggest, if you're having troubles with your mental health, or even if you feel great, keep a journal and then look back at it like you're reading patient notes. Because that's what I do. Every 5 entries, I look back and like I write notes on it as if I was my own doctor, because in this economy I kind of have to be. And it's mostly a lot of tears, but then looking back on it, it's like, okay, yeah, that diagnosis should have come so much sooner. But since I'm not a doctor, I legally can't diagnose myself. And anyway, I fully believe speaking hard and honest and clearly about what hurts, what's painful, you know, the mental disorders, just so, not only so people realize that this is what it is that they're dealing with so they don't feel alone, but also so other people who aren't dealing with it come to an understanding. They're like, oh, I didn't realize not having things in a certain order literally causes you to mentally spiral. I am sorry. I will strive to do better, and when you need assurances, I will give them to you. However, I do also believe in not broadcasting your mental health on full volume all the time. It's a balancing act, because as much as you should be open and honest, I don't think you should go live when you're in the middle of a crisis. Like, I don't think you should do that. Which is why I haven't been really streaming for the past 2 weeks. I was going through it, man. I was in the trenches of my just anxiety spiral and all that, and then finding out some things about myself. I'm like, oh, okay, so that, yeah, after the fact, that makes sense. I did not want to stream that, which is why I have certain rules. Like, even if I'm not feeling up to it, like, if I'm just feeling tired or slightly bummed, like I am today, go live, whatever, I should. But when I'm literally having a mental breakdown where I'm like one bad like instance away from crashing out and screaming at people, or if I'm just gonna just say the nastiest shit that comes to mind, cut that shit. Do not hit the go live button. Do not broadcast that. That needs to stay private. That is your own, like, be honest, but don't broadcast all your thoughts. And I also don't stream during another instance, because I know myself, and I'm very irritable, and every time I have streamed during that time, it was not a good time for anyone involved. And I just felt so pissy. So it's like, you know what? I know my cycles, you know, some of my mental cycles. So it's like, when I'm in this cycle, do not go live. Even if you want to, even if it's on the schedule, do not go live. But then after you've calmed down, go ahead. Now, unless the only time I would excuse going live during a crisis is if you want to show you're in a safe environment and you like feel comfortable recording yourself during these moments so you can document them later to show people, yeah, this is what it's like. This is mental health. Everyone says mental health is important until it gets gross. And we need to talk about the gross. But I don't suggest going live. If you want to record yourself when you're in the middle of a mental breakdown, just so you can, like, either look back at it later or eventually show people in a safer environment. Just saying, like, yeah, this is true mental health. It gets disgusting. In, like, not like in a gross in a physical sense, but sometimes, yeah, sometimes gross in a physical sense. When you are depressed, it's like been 5 days since you've had a shower. That is depression. That is gross. But that's the truth. So it's a weird, whatever you are comfortable with, but also there are certain things you should not broadcast online. Like, there are some, on some of my more recent YouTube video, recent as in like a month ago, but recent posts, I was venting and I started saying some things and I'm like, you know what? You know, in the editing, it was like, I'm gonna cut that part out because I don't want that broadcasted on the internet. That's just for me, my therapist, and maybe future significant other to know. I like high moments, but it makes me confused and anxious. Mental health is confusing. Yes. There are moments where I have no idea what I actually feel. Hiding your emotions is not good. I do not recommend. Yeah, yeah. I have this unfortunate coping mechanism of isolating when I'm going through it. Which is part of why I don't go on, I don't live stream when I'm going through it, because I'm self-isolating. And I feel guilty doing it, but it's also part of my agreement with myself, my contract. Do not hit go live. You can interact with people, you have to interact with your family, because I live with them. But when it comes to, like, the internet, especially if I want this to be my job and have a brand, I don't want to have that on the internet. Especially when, you know, when you have an audience, which I really don't, but I do have a few people that come in here and, you know, they look to me for advice and for entertainment, and I can't give that to them when I'm in my worst mental state. Because I get so snippy and pissy to the point where I'm like, you know what? Maybe you just should. You know, that'd be the advice I would give. It's like, no, that is terrible advice. Do not tell people to do that. Just because you feel that way doesn't mean you need to tell other people to do it. So, and then I'm very back and forth when it comes to trigger warnings. Like, I understand. Warn people that this is going to be talked about. Like, my trigger warning. Spiders. Thank you for warning me that a giant-ass spider was about to be on screen. But if I click on a video that says world's biggest spiders, and I click on the video and they're like, and they're like, trigger warning, giant spiders, I'm like, no shit, okay? Like, if I click on a video that is specifically talking about suicide ideation and prevention, and they're like, oh, trigger warning, self-harm, and all this, it's like, no shit, you're gonna be talking about that. That literally says in the title what we're going to be talking about. But it's like, if we're like doing a My Little Pony plushie unboxing, trigger warning, self-harm. What? Okay, yeah, I'll ignore it. I'll give the warning. And when people just aren't mentally in the right space to take on the mental load of other people's emotions, I get that. See yourself out. There's no shame in dipping if you need to dip. But I feel like some people use trigger warnings, and this is not everybody, it's just a very select few. They'll use, like, trigger warnings, or, like, oh, this is my trigger, I have to leave, to not listen. Like, if someone is talking about a very serious situation involving, say, like, the news, and they're like, trigger warning, so it's, oh, this is part of my triggers, like, politics is my trigger, so I never talk about it. It's like, sometimes you have to talk about it. They're like, yes, my trigger warnings are spiders. It's just such a shitty trigger warning to have. But, yeah, I have arachnophobia. I'll still watch videos with spiders, and I still have to deal with spiders. Sometimes you need to confront the spider. There's one in my shower right now. I need to confront that spider eventually. So it's like, I get it, but I think we're getting a little too fast and loose with trigger warnings, especially censorship. Oh my god, especially with censorship. I was trying to watch a true crime video. I was watching a Call Me Chris video with about a murder, and she couldn't say stab or a knife. She had to censor herself, so when I was just having the video play in the background while I was working, I'm like, why does her mic keep cutting out? And then I actually locked into what she was saying. It's like, oh, she can't say sex, stab, attack, knife, gun, shoot. She can't say that because of censorship. I was like, what the fuck? She's literally talking about a case of a double homicide. That's the point of the video. What do you mean we can't talk about it? And I also hate the self-censor. I mean, you need to be monetized, so you need to make money. I get that. But when you start using, like, instead of saying suicide, you'll say slewer slide or unalived. Or instead of saying a gun, you'll say a pew-pew. Like, you sound dumb. I just, stop. Stop. Either say the word and censor it, or just shut up. Or just don't care. Just don't care. I don't care if it gets demonetized. I don't care if this stream gets dinged because I said the bad words. I can say fuck 3 times, but I better not talk about self-harm. I better not say assault. Grow up or get out. Honestly, that at some point, you gotta just... Now, if I was talking about, like, a children's show and whatnot, or if I was making children's content, yeah. Like, let's maybe not expose them to that kind of mental load, because they're barely coming to terms with the concept that people are different than them. Let's not throw in suicide into the mix, because I don't think their little brains can handle that quite yet. Eventually the talk will need to happen, but not yet. Not when they're 5. But I'm not making content for 5-year-olds. Yes, I am working on a comic with colorful cats, and I got lava lamps above my head. That one's gonna take a minute to, like, get going, but yeah. Why are we treating adults like children? And why are we treating children like adults? Why are we doing that? That is so ass backwards. It's ridiculous, it's stupid, get out of my face. I haven't saved yet. Anytime I, like, oh, they're trying to talk about a serious topic, and they're like, yeah, we're having struggles with the mental health, and it's been a... If you're talking about, like, on a true crime podcast where you're literally talking about a serial killer, and it's like, and then he unalived them by removing their skin and disemboweling them and being them with a knife. It's like, is this PBS Kids? What is this? Get out of here. If you're gonna be a true crime podcast, you gotta say the words. If you're gonna be a true crime podcast, YouTube, let them say the words. Because if not, and then you're just gonna ding them and then cut off their, you know, income. Like, what? Just get out of here. Just stop. It makes me so mad. It genuinely gets me mad. You censor the term mental health. Yeah, you can't, like, mental breakdown got censored. What? I had to censor the term mental health? I wish my Godzilla poster was in frame so I could say, we're really in for it now, Gojira. That's the right one. Oh, I took out the batteries, never mind. Anyway, I was gonna push the button, that's where he says, oh, that makes me so angry. Take it, Marvin. Tell him how angry that makes you. Anyway. Okay, that's... The flats are done. Then we're going to save and work on the next page. Okay, that'll be part of the background for there. Centering the term mental health. Give me a break. This... You know what my trigger warning is? You know what triggers me? Trigger warning. Self-censorship. Like, what the fuck? I mean, like, what's the point of talking anymore if you just gotta censor every other word you say? Or you could rage against the dying of the light and just say the words anyway, stick it to the man, fuck you. But then, you know, capitalist society, we gotta all make money to survive. Which don't even get me started on that. I'm not sure what this expression is supposed to be, but I think it's really funny. Anyway. Now, here's the thing: when most jackasses bitch about internet censorship and like media censorship, they're talking about not being able to say slurs anymore. And it's like, no, that is not what I'm talking about. Absolutely no. Shut up. I'm talking about not being able to call out an abuser. Like, you can't even say abuse anymore in some cases. Not being able to call out an abuser because you keep getting censored for trying to call out someone else's actual bad behavior. Like, I've seen people who have called out people who are literally abusing children, and their entire channel gets demonetized for endangering minors for talking about someone who is actually being a threat to society. That is stupid, ridiculous. Media censorship has gotten out of hand. That is what I'm talking about when I say media censorship. I'm sorry you white supremacists can't say your big boy words anymore. You're just gonna have to get creative with your insults. Oh wait, I'm sorry, you don't know how. Not my problem. Anyway. Another thing that I really appreciate about when people talk honestly about their mental health and stuff like that is there's this artist that also streams on YouTube and Twitch. Their name is 4-Leaf Island. I forgot her ear tufts. Oh my god. Their name is 4-Leaf Island, and they have dissociative identity disorder. They're a system. And they talk about, what that's like, how you organize in a system, how different personalities, how they front, and how that affects their everyday life, because there's literal gaps in their memory because they literally do not remember doing certain things or drawing certain things, and they each have, and also each I don't want to say alter because that's not quite accurate. I put this on the same, it's fine, it can be on the same layer. Now they each have different art styles and different interests and all that jazz, and it's very interesting to hear, and I'm glad that they're talking about it. They also have a comic called Altered Panel where they talk about their experiences as a system and how each aspect of the system interacts with each other. In real life it's indirect, but in the comic they're like directly talking to each other, and it's more of a and it's not like a quirky, oh, they're all roommates, but it's, that's what they do call them. They call them their headmates. A lot of it is about what makes a system and what happens and why certain I don't want to say characters. They had a term for it, and I'm completely blanking on it because I'm really tired. Anyway, it's on Tumblr. It's called Altered Panel, and it's very well done. Very good. I enjoy it a lot. It's just amazing how a lack of information or an abundance, it's not a lack of information, while still detrimental, is not as dangerous as an abundance of misinformation. That is more dangerous than a lack of information, is what I'm slowly starting to realize. Because the abundance of misinformation that goes around and the stigma that comes with certain mental disorders, you know, like DID and bipolar, schizophrenia, and, you know, OCD. The reason why a lot of people don't get the help they need is because they're like, oh wait, I'm not a crazy violent psychopath, so I don't have DID. I'm just, you know, I just have really bad memory. And everyone's gaslighting me into saying that I did these things that I do not remember. Like, no, it was just you weren't fronting at the time. It's like, what? Yeah. And then some jackass is like, well, why do you need the diagnosis? You're still the same person. Like, do you need it to feel special? It's like, no, I need the diagnosis to know exactly what the root issue is so I can directly address the problem. So I'm not just sitting here spiraling thinking I'm a terrible person for having these intrusive thoughts. No. It's just the OCD. Like, my ADHD diagnosis. I didn't know I had ADHD for most of my life. I've talked about this several times. But there was a time in my life where I didn't realize I had ADHD or what autism even was, because I didn't. It's like, I can talk and I feel empathy. I don't have autism, which is a very huge stigma against autistic people. And then it's like, no, you have ADHD. That's why you find it hard to focus. That's why your brain just floats everywhere. That's why you can suddenly just lock in, and then once you fully understand the logic behind something, now you're dedicated. And it explains behaviors. Doesn't excuse them, it just explains them. So I'm like, oh, shoot. I thought I was just stupid. It's like, no. Your brain just works differently. It's like, oh. Why didn't you tell me that, mother? I understand why she didn't tell me sooner, but it's like, at the same time, it's like, you know, this would have been great information to have before I had a full mental breakdown about it. She's like, no, I just didn't want you to feel like you were lesser. It's like, well, I did anyway, so... Mission failed. I felt lesser because I didn't know what was up with the brain chemistry. So anyway, That's what I've been dealing with. So what'd you guys do this weekend? I watched the Artemis 2 launch. That was really freaking cool. I haven't been following their mission as much as I'd like to. Or as much as I wanted, but you know, it's like, I've been doing other things. It's like, you know what, they live streamed it, and NASA has been posting like recaps of all their news conferences and transmissions. And it's like, you know what, I'll get back to it eventually. But I watched the launch live. That I definitely did not want to miss. It felt like I was a part of history. I was also really, really scared the entire time. I wasn't having a bad anxiety attack, but I didn't dare even cheer when they launched until they hit space. And then I was like, oh, okay, we can breathe now. Let's just hope nothing else goes wrong. Because I wasn't around when Challenger happened. Like, I didn't watch Challenger. But I know about Challenger, and I grew up in that post-Challenger world. So there was a lot of anxiety. A lot of excitement, but also a lot of anxiety. Oh, you met an artist you watched when you had a convention. Nice. Most stressful experience you've had in a while. Yeah, you don't want to seem weird. You don't want to seem like that weird fan, but you also want to leave a good impression. You don't want to just, hi, big fan, alright, let me leave. No, man, because you want to, like, infer how much their content means to you, because that means a lot to them to hear that. But it's like, I don't want to tell them that their comic, it was like, your comic literally saved my life. It was like, I just struck cats on the internet. I don't know what you're talking about. But you know what? If someone feels like they've had a life-changing experience just looking at my, just reading my comic, you know what? Power to them. And you can't see the white. You can, sort of. Phew! I watched the launch for Artemis 2 live, but I also watched someone... They took the launch sequence and then, played over Freebird. That timed up perfectly, where the riff timed up perfectly with the launch. And, oh, it was so good. So good. Oh. Stop. Won't you fly high, free bird, yeah. Oh, it was awesome. Made art of their scene, printed out of foliary, photo quality paper and cut them out. It's like, should I even give them this? Is probably rethink about life choices. Yeah. Hey, if they're cool, they'll keep it. Like I know I'm gonna have one hell of a hoarding problem if I ever like go to conventions and whatnot and receive art from people or like little trinkets that they made for me. I'm just gonna have a gallery of just all of their stuff put up on a wall. It's like, yep, this is MTV Cribs. Like, guys, I can't display all of it. Please stop. Heaven forbid someone hands me a plushie. I wouldn't know what to do with myself because I love plushies. I'm a cuddle bug. Godspeed to whoever my future significant other is, because they're gonna have to deal with a bed full of plushies and they're not gonna get out of bed on time. Like, when their alarm goes off, it's like, turn it off, come back here. I need to cuddle. It's like, I just watched a really sad tit talk about my favorite character. I need cuddles. Stop what you're doing. I don't... Put the taxes down. I need cuddles. I'm such a clingy cat, man. It's like, pay attention to me. Alright, that's enough loving. Get away from me. I saw this one YouTube short. It's like, they don't call you a tsundere anymore. They call it BPD. They don't call... And there was like, they don't call you a kundere anymore. They just call it social anxiety. So, I don't remember what the rest of them were, but I was dying laughing watching that. It's like, oh no. I don't remember what it was for yonder. For yandere. But I think it was on the list. It was like, and a few others that I'd never even heard of. I was like, oh no. It was like, I saw this other one. It was like, when the diagnosis comes back and says autism instead of zany to the max. Just Yakko Warner from the Animaniacs. That's I'm not sure other people from other countries are gonna get that joke, but I don't know, maybe other countries know about Animaniacs. I'm pretty sure people in my own country, of my own generation, don't know about Animaniacs. I'm like, y'all are missing out, Animaniacs. Those are the facts. If you do know about Animaniacs, or if you want to know a little bit about me, Wacko Warner is my favorite. I mean, I have the DVD of the movie, of his movie, Wacko's Wish. Darn good movie, though. There's my pillow going. And last night, man, I was in like a really big music mood. And I don't mind being in a music mood. But I was also like, you know what, I need to get work done. So How do we be in the music mood and get work done without dancing around the room? Because some of the songs that were playing last night, that I was playing last night, man, I got some good music. Okay, I'm just going to, not that big, blend these out a little bit before I bring in her mackerel stripes. Could probably die if someone made fan art of one of my characters. It would not survive art fight. Hey man, I highly suggest doing it. It's gonna be my 5th year doing art fight this year. If you join, you have to let me know, man. And it's okay if, you know, you only add the one character because you, like, first year you don't know how much you can handle. That's okay. Dip your toes into it slowly. Ease into it. Because that's what I did. I'm still trying to get my sister to join art fight. Basically, if you're an artist online, or if you have OCs in any capacity, I'm staring at you like, join us. Join us. Join art fight. Have you heard of art fight? I'm like the art fight shill. Join us. One of us. One of us. I swear it's not a cult or anything. It's just really fun. And it really is. When, you know, a lot of people are like on like social media and whatnot, they'll say art fight was really stressful and that people were being disrespectful to them and all that. I have never once had a bad experience on art fight. And I've done it for 5 years. The only bad experience I can think of is like last year when that one motherfucker just mass attacked me. And it's not like a bad mass attack. They were doing attacks for every single separate character, and I was snowballed. I was just dogpiled by all this fan art. Oh no! Too much love! Ah! I was just stop! It got to the point where I drew their OC just like with fire in their eyes, going, yeah, ha, standing over my dead corpse because I was just so overwhelmed. And then they were also in my chat. They were in my chat going, hee, more! No! Let me attack you back first! Let's start a chain! Stop it! It was fun, though. I wouldn't trade the art fight experience for anything. I've also had some really fun times drawing, like, the OCs of artists that I really love. And now art fight, this is where art fight, I do get a little bit selfish with art fight. Like, I love these artists, love them to death, but I won't draw fan art of them until art fight comes around, because then art fight guarantees that they see the art. I feel so selfish admitting that, but, you know, it's excused. It's true. If you really want that artist to see the fan art that you've made of their character, wait for art fight. It sounds selfish, but it's not bad. I mean, the artist is still getting the fan art. You're still getting that positive interaction. It's not creepy. It's not stalking. It's just, you know, one of those things. Is my mic being kind of echoey? Because when I talk in this corner, I'm hearing a slight echo. Well, that's because I have hardwood floors, no carpet, a thin plastered ply wall right behind me that is also right next to a door through the wall, and I'm in a corner. So, do I need to get some cardboard or something, because I could probably tack it up behind there. It's just my cords are in the way, and this desk is pretty much pushed up against the wall, so maybe I need to pull it out some, tack some cardboard down. I don't know. I don't have foam on me. Yay, it's going! We're only gonna get the small bubbles for now. I was making these... One of these streams I remember saying I tried making a furry character, and every single character I make is a furry. Pretty sure I posted a few characters yesterday. Yeah, you did. I saw those. Those are adorable. I think... I do vaguely remember you saying that you were attempting to draw a furry character, and I was like, watch out, that's how it starts. I tried to warn you. Yeah, welcome to the crew. We're not as bad as people say. I need to move on because I keep drawing the same. You know what just baffles me when people treat furries as like the worst thing to ever happen to humanity when Genshin fans exist? Sorry. Sorry to any Genshin fans. It's like people that also treat anime fans as like the worst thing to ever happen to humanity when football fans exist. It's like, okay, football fans also are not the worst thing to happen to humanity, but it's kind of like the same thing if you think about it. Y'all both wear weird costumes, both have merch, both show up to every launch. You know, it's just like, heaven forbid people like things. You know, as long as you're not hurting anybody or being problematic or doing anything illegal. Philadelphia. I think it's fine. Okay, now, doing anything illegal, I should say that with an asterisk, because sometimes you gotta break the law. You didn't hear that from me, but I will fully say with my full chest, sometimes you gotta break the law. Because doing the right thing sometimes is a little bit more important than being a law-abiding citizen. Especially when the law is unjust. Or being harmful to the rights and well-being of others. Unfairly. Now, like, criminals, like serial killers, yeah, go ahead. You go to hell. But that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about the average everyday citizen. And like, hot take, the law is suggestive. Subjective. Anyway. There were people in full fursuits. Saw like 5 different amazing furs. Godspeed to anyone who can wear a fursuit. I don't think I could do a fursuit. Just thinking about just how heavy that would be, and how hot and sweaty you would get just wearing, you know the military grade cooling vest? You know, the cooling vests that the military uses to not overheat was made by a furry. Half of America IT is run by furries. A lot of the IRS, I didn't realize, was also some gay furry. So I'm like, oh. So the gay agenda was just taxes. I'm joking, of course. I can't take credit for that joke. what's his name? Barley? I don't remember his name, I just know his name's Barley. Like, I can't take credit for that joke, he beat me to it. Like, half of our military is also bronies. Like, wearing a costume wouldn't be, like, so upsetting for me. It's just the weight and heaviness of a fursuit and having very minimal field of view. You would definitely need a handler. And it's just, I think what really would make me anxious about being in a fursuit is I can't pick things up because you're wearing giant gloves and your pinkies and ring fingers are fused because most fursuits only have 4 fingers. And it's just the obstructed field of view, and you're like, I can't hear hardly anything. I feel like I'm yelling the whole time. But, you know, when you have a handler, like, once you get used to it, I feel like it's not that bad. You know, it's just like cosplaying, but it's a full body cosplay. So I can only imagine what, like, Darth Vader cosplayers feel. Like, can they see out of that? I don't think they can. Like, most stormtroopers are like, I can't see a damn thing in this helmet. So I don't get it why people treat fursuiters like they're the weirdest thing on the planet when cosplaying is right there. It was like, okay, so you're okay with the people dressing up as an anime cat girl, but furries is where you draw the line? What? Someone's being hypocritical. Some person at convention in full suit of metal samurai armor. Good God, that must have been cool to see. That must have been hell to wear. I mean, I've seen, I heard of people cosplaying as the, oh, I don't know what they're called. The big robots from BioShock 2. I don't know what they're called. But I've heard someone had a huge cosplay of that. I was like, whoa, oh my God. Couldn't be me. I wouldn't mind wearing, like, gloves and a mask. Maybe. Because then it'd be like, okay, I'm experiencing minimal sensory deprivation, and it's, like, in a soothing way. But my anxiety, or, like, yeah, my anxiety would make me keep my head on a swivel, because if I can't fully see where I'm going, I get anxious. Okay, and then what's the... Oh, okay. I should have lunch. No, I'm not that hungry. Won't you fly high, free? Sorry, my brain was being mean to me, and I was like, oh wow, I can't believe I got that stupid song stuck in my head. Well, at least it's not as bad as this other song. Other song starts playing. It's like, I dare not even say the name, because I know if I even say the name, everybody's like, you know, I just forgot about that song. Why'd you have to bring it up? I went years not thinking about that song, and now it's in my head now, at full volume. Oh well, I'll just suffer in silence. You know, this is what happens to me every stream. Every time I'm not, like, not constantly yapping about something, or, you know, like, actually has something playing in the background, I get songs stuck in my head. I'm like, can you, like, literally not right now? I'm busy. But I didn't realize that wasn't just my brain being mean. That's just part of the ADHD. Because I'm doing I'm doing 2 creative tasks at once. I am drawing and streaming. So my brain is like, we need repetitive menial something. We need repetitive something. Repetitive. Repeat. 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 Cotton Eye Joe! Ah! Just, no, please stop. No. God. So, and like, that's all happening on the inside, but on the outside, I'm just... See, that is what's going on inside my head. Well, like, that's the face I make. That is the exact face I make when I am literally internally screaming because I got a stupid ass song stuck in my head. And it's just on repeat. And it's not like a song that I can sing because I don't know all of the lyrics. Like Freebird, I don't know like half the lyrics. All I know is like the build up to the guitar riff, and that's it. And I said I wasn't gonna even mention this other song because if I do, it'll be stuck in everybody else's head, and I don't want to share this pain. You know, I'll take the burden all on my own. I don't want other people to be in the same fresh hell as I am, because I'm nice like that. Oh my god, some things you have to do. Good luck. Alright. Thought I was gonna die inside before the stream. Well, I'm glad it helped you a little bit. Good luck on your future endeavors. Keep up with the good furry art, and join Art Fight this year. I'll hold a gun to my own head. Join Art Fight, please! If you don't want to join it, if it's not your cup of tea, you go right ahead. But it would be really fun. Don't sing it. Don't even hum it. I shouldn't bite my lip like that. That's gonna cause problems. Thing is, when I'm doing a creative thing, doing 2 creative things, my brain defaults to music. I don't know why specifically it defaults to music for me. And like, I'm not, whenever I'm doing, when I'm working on comics and, streaming, I'm never like watching a movie in my head. It's always auditory stuff. Maybe it's because my eyes are busy, so I can't mentally be watching a movie without completely spacing out. Or maybe it's because I'm more of an auditory person just in general. And, you know, to fill up the noise, because my type of ADHD, or like my ADHD is what I call it because it's autism and ADHD. I need stimuli or I will die. So that's why I need things to be flavor blasted. I need things to be spicy. I need things to, you know, be loud. I need that stimuli. Unless it's crowds, and then that's too much. I need to go into the car and listen to my tunes. You know, it's that mom from, Monsters University. Or like Monsters Inc. 2. When they were in college, just like, you boys have fun. I'll just be here listening to my tunes. Just listening to Screamo. It's like, you know what? That's me. That's me. I'm gonna use the other pen. What am I doing? Alright. There we go. There we go. No. There. Her neck is a little longer than what I'm used to doing, but that's okay. Now I got this frickin' 80s Japanese pop playlist going through my head. And it's hell for me because I don't know any of the lyrics. But man, Japan in the 80s, their music, really good. Oh, I think my sister's putting away the dishes, that's why. I could have just copy-pasted both, and it would have been more consistent. You know what? This has no caffeine in it, but it tastes good. It is a Sprite tea. Have y'all heard of this? It is mind-blowing. Again, no caffeine in it, but I don't really need the caffeine because it has sugar. It has 37 grams of total sugars. That's enough. And it's a nice... It's like... It's not like Sprite plus tea. Or maybe it is, because it's the lemon lime and tea flavored soda with other natural flavors. No caffeine. It's like carbonated Lipton lemon tea. It tastes so good. Ugh. That's probably why I like energy drinks and soda so much, is because they're a nice stimuli. What's funny is I don't like limes, but I like lemon flavored candy. Hate limes. And I don't eat lemons in real life. But I love lemon candy. Like lemon heads are amazing. Lemon flavored, those fruities. Tutti Fruities instead of the Tootsie Rolls. Very good. Only problem is with caffeine and not caffeine, carbonated drinks. Is the burping. But, you know, better out than in. I was having this conversation with my family the other day, and I was just wondering, like, why are natural bodily functions like burping, yawning, and and farting things of the like, why are they seen as rude? Like, it's just a natural bodily function. Would you rather they just hold it in and die? That's rude. It's even more rude. Or sneezing. How dare you have something in your nose and your body tries to get it out? Now, doing it in people's faces, like how you go about doing it, yeah, that's rude. Burping in people's faces, farting on people's pillows, that's just rude. You're gonna give them pink eye. Stop it. But, like, just in general, I think if people started to just stop freaking out about normal shit, we could focus all that freak out energy on things that aren't normal, that we've, for some reason, normalized. Like, why? You freaking fricks! You're gonna make me lose my marbles! When will you learn? When will you learn? I wonder what that kid's doing nowadays. I was also talking about this with my sister. I wonder about, like, all the famous Vine kids. Like, what are they up to nowadays? I hope they're doing well. Especially the little girl that was like, I want to take a nap. You want to take a nap? I'm gonna take a nap right here. Okay, take a nap right there. Good night. Oh man, I hope she's alive and well today and is getting plenty of naps. Damn it, that's good. Okay. Good. Check. Okay. One of my favorite Vine kids. Like, he had like 2 Vines that really made me laugh when people like, I saw you hanging out with Caitlin the other day. With the balloons in his shirt. Rebecca, that's not what you think. I won't hesitate, bitch. Like, what is wrong with these children? I hope they're doing well. No, that's not what I meant about. There we go. Alright, we're going to save and then move along. Okay, saved. I think another reason why I kind of get bored doing comics, not that comics are boring or anything, they're really not. But when I get bored doing comics, it's because in these next few panels, these next like 10 pages, it's just going to be 2 characters on screen the entire time, and they're just sitting in this one area. It's an important conversation they're having. I can't cut it short in any way. Every line of dialogue is important. It's setting up something for the future. But, you know, it's driving me insane. I do like the line art for this page. That was a lot of fun to work on. Even though, you know, just the subtle differences in line weight that most people don't even really care about or notice, but it does add a lot to the page if you don't have it or if you do it wrong. Pardon. Also, random side tangent. I just found out. Howl's Moving Castle fans, I have a bone to pick with you. Why in the hell did you not tell me the movie Howl's Moving Castle is an anti-war movie? Why didn't you tell me that? I thought it was just I thought it was just a romance movie. I thought it was just Beauty and the Beast, but Studio Ghibli style. That's what I thought it was. And every time people talk about the movie and it being their favorite, they're like, oh yeah, I love Howl. He's so handsome. Oh, him and Sophie are so cute together. Oh, their romance, relationship goals. Ah, that's all they talk about. Y'all never talked about the fact that it's an anti-war movie. And I mean, that should have been implied. It's a Miyazaki film, and like all of his films can be read as, you know, activism for and against peace and nuclear war. Which, I mean, no shit. Any person with half of a heart left and still functioning brain matter would be anti-war. But y'all didn't tell me this was a critique on an occupation. Y'all didn't tell me that. I thought it was just a romance movie. So now it's like, damn it, now I really need to watch Howl's Moving Castle. And now I'm pissed. Next time I see I run into a Howl's Moving Castle fan, I'm gonna yell at them. Because it's like, why did none of y'all tell me? Why did none of y'all tell me that's what the movie was about? Shame on every single one of you for lying to me. I mean, my favorite Miyazaki film still to this day is Princess Mononoke. Because I love, I'm very interested in environmentalism and whatnot. And I just love the story. And the lesson, seeing eyes unclouded by hate. Seeing with eyes unclouded by hate. And realizing it is not about domination or subjugation. Fuck me. It is not about domination or subjugation. It is about harmony and balance. We need both. It's just, yes, yes, yes. That is exactly what I believe. And if people would be like, oh, but it never works. Let me show you a movie explaining exactly how it works and why it works and how it's actually kind of easy to obtain if you just stop being a greedy bastard. That's literally all you have to do. So, you know, my second favorite Ghibli film, or Ghibli if you're American, is, it's kind of a tie between Kiki's Delivery Service, just because I really liked the story and thought it was adorable, and Nausicaa and the Valley of the Wind. I love that movie so much. I only watched it once, but the one time I did watch it, I was like, oh my god! Oh, this is so good, it's so beautiful, oh, this is perfect. This is exactly what I've been looking for. Where has this movie been my entire life? Also, man, I fucking bawled my eyes out when we watched it. Ponyo was cute, but it wasn't like what I'm really... I don't know. Maybe I'll have to watch it again to rethink about it. Like, recontextualize it. Now that I know what the movie's about, I was expecting, like... See, I don't know what I was expecting when watching Ponyo. Just not the movie I got. I still like it. I still think it's cute, but it's not, like, the same as, like, My Neighbor Totoro or... What? Oh, thanks. We're talking about, Ghibli movies. What's your favorite? Princess Mononoke, yeah. What about My Neighbor Totoro?
It's cute, but if I can watch a Ghibli movie, I'm watching Princess Mononoke.
You've seen Kiki's Delivery Service, right?
I own it.
Okay, I was just hey, well, just making sure.
I also own Howl's Moving Castle, I'm pretty sure.
We do?
Oh no, it's Castle in the Sky.
Yeah, Castle is also anti-war movie, but I knew about Castle in the Sky because it's about ancient technology that is meant to create, but humans were trying to use it to destroy, which is why the kingdom went into the sky. And then at the end of the movie, the kids choose to crash and kind of destroy that. I don't remember. I need to watch that movie again. I have Princess Mononoke and Nausicaa.
Yeah, I got Totoro, Kiki, Ponyo, and then
Castle in the Sky. Yeah.
You can watch all of them on a website. I can't remember.
I also should probably watch Spirited Away. Because, I mean, I haven't seen Spirited Away. I do know it's good. And now that I know Howl's Moving Castle is actually an activist movie, I need to watch it. Why did none of you fucking tell me? I'm still mad about that. Anyway, my sister gave me edible cookie dough.
If it tastes weird, I apologize. I don't know.
With the sprinkles.
I think it's the sprinkles that are throwing me off.
You know.
There's something off about the flavor, and I don't know what it is. It doesn't taste good, but...
I think the flavor's fine. It's just this is really good texture.
Yeah.
Last time you made edible cookie dough, the texture was really off.
It was dry.
Very dry.
I made this one, yeah.
This is really good.
Texture's good. The flavors threw me off.
I think if you use the mini chocolate chips. Oh, we don't. No, we do. Yeah, we do. They're in the pantry. Or underneath.
Yeah, underneath. Yeah, they're on open.
Oh, you didn't open them.
I had like a handful.
Okay, well. Anyway.
It'll be very crunchy. Those sprinkles are crunchy.
Yeah, they're crunchy as hell.
I tried not to give you too many of the big crunchy pieces, but I went in anyway.
If you haven't tried making edible cookie dough, you should. Add some whimsy to your life. I'm actually gonna move that. That's right in the way of my hand. Also, one thing that did throw me off about Nausicaa is that one of the main characters is voiced by Shia LaBeouf, and I didn't realize it was Shia LaBeouf until he started talking. I'm like, wait a minute. Hang on. Why do I recognize that voice? I looked it up, I was like, oh no! It's nothing bad, it's just I heard his voice, it was like, oh my god. I just kind of started laughing because then all I could see was Shia LaBeouf. I couldn't actually see the character. But I got over it pretty quick. And I realized, like, you know what? Shia's actually a really good voice actor. He should do it more often. I don't know why he doesn't. Okay. This is a dark day in Decepticon history. I'm going to... I'm gonna go refill my coffee cup, and I will be right back. Oh, hey! Back with the... Oh. You mean right now? Oh. I thought you were... Okay. Alright, I'm back, guys. I'm back. I brought the coffee. And a frog. Frog with glasses. The little man. Her sister made him. This is usually where I would plug her socials and online store, but she doesn't have one yet. And as soon as she does, advertising. I'm gonna put him right there. Y'all can still see him, right? Yeah. Yeah, y'all can still see him. Look at him. He's a little frog boy. He'll be right next to my lava lamp. Ding, 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 ding. It's a nice day for a white wedding. Nice day to start again. Finally discovered what that song was about. Hey little sister, who's your only one? Hey little sister, who's your Superman? Hey little sister, shotgun. It's a nice day to start again. Come on, it's a nice day for a white wedding. It's a nice day to start again. Ow! So I looked it up. The meaning behind the song White Wedding by Billy Idol. The initial song was inspired by his sister's shotgun wedding. Which, if you don't know what a shotgun wedding is, wow. A shotgun wedding is basically when a couple gets married solely because the girl got pregnant. At least that's what I think it is. If you don't know what a shotgun wedding is, oh, you're stupid, me. I think this is what a shotgun wedding is. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it's basically when the girl gets pregnant, they're like, oh shit, we're in Jesus country. We need to get married, like, immediately to hide the fact that we, had relations outside of wedlock. The scandal. Anyway, so the song was inspired by his sister's very own shotgun wedding. But it's also supposed to be, it's a good break, it's kind of a breakup song where the main character is watching someone that he used to date move on and then have her own, like, get married, and she's like, oh, who's your only one? Who's your Superman? Nice day to start again. That's when I said nice day for a white wedding. He says, like, some venom. Because the reason why the wedding dress is white is to symbolize... Oh my god. Symbolize her purity as a virgin. So when he says, yeah, nice day for a white wedding... literally says it like that. It's like, yeah, yeah, white wedding, yeah, sure. Nothing's fair in this world. I've been away for so long. I let you go for so long. Hey, little sister, what you doing? Oh. You know what? If you find out the meaning behind songs you've listened to, and it's like, oh, I did not know that's what that song was about, like, this entire time, but now that I know, it's kind of obvious. Like the song, In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins. basically the inspiration behind that song is he caught his wife cheating. And he's, oh. I've been waiting for this moment my whole life. Divorce! But also, if you listen to the actual lyrics of the song, if I could remember the lyrics off the top of my head, that would be great, so I could fully explain why it's a song about infidelity. Same with Careless Whisper. Like, it took me years to realize Careless Whisper was about cheating and infidelity. I had no idea. Like, my sister had to explain it to me, and she's like, yeah, it's about cheating. It's like, huh? What? Yeah, he's guilty that he cheated, but he can't change the fact that he did, so this is our last dance together because of the bad thing that I've done. I've hurt you. I've betrayed you. There's nothing I can do to make up for it. It's like, never gonna dance again. These guilty feet have got no rhythm. Though it's easy to pretend, I know you're not a fool. I should have known better than to cheat a friend. He literally says that and wastes the chance that I've been given. It's like, God. Am I stupid? Now that's a song I didn't realize the meaning to. Now another song that I didn't realize the meaning to, mainly because a lot of people misunderstand the song, is called Mary on a Cross by Ghost. I thought that song was about runaway lovers. I legitimately thought it was about runaway lovers. But no, the song is about his first band and his friends that they were on the road. They were like first time touring. They were gonna try and make it big, but it wasn't working out as fast as they wanted to. And he wanted to keep going, but his friends were like, no, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And then they got hooked on drugs. Mary on a Cross. And what it was, marijuana, Mary Jane. That Mary. Not Virgin Mary, which a lot of people thought he was talking about the Virgin Mary, which, for fuck's sake, Catholics, please stop harassing Princess Miriam. Please stop harassing her. She's dead. Leave her alone. You go down just like Holy Mary, Mariana, Mary on a cross. Not just another Bloody Mary, Mariana, Mary on a cross. If you choose to run away with me, I will tickle you internally, and I see nothing wrong with that. That phrase, choose to run away with me, I will tickle you internally, that basically means, hey, stick with me and we'll have the best of times together. I'll make you laugh. That's what it means to tickle you internally. That's like a common colloquialism where he's from. It means I'll make you laugh. But his first band fell apart. It's like, oh. He lost his friends to drugs. I mean, the truth of the matter is I never let you go. Talking about his friends. Now, death of the author and all that, if you want to see this song as like a romance thing, I guess you could. But if you say the song is about romance, that's a disingenuous interpretation because it's literally not. choose to run away with me, I will tickle you eternally, and I see nothing wrong with that. The Mary on a cross bit was Mary Jane, marijuana, on a cross, passing toke around. Oh, that's what it is. Oh. It's still a beautiful song, and I love it to death. Not as much as I love the song Fairy Tale, which is clearly about romance. If you say otherwise, it's like, what are you doing? Like, are you not paying attention? I say Fairy Tale is the self-shipper's anthem. I'm in love with a fairy tale, even though it hurts. 'Cause I don't care if I lose my mind, I'm already cursed. Like, if that ain't the self-shipper's anthem, I don't know what is. To be clear, I have nothing against self-shippers. I am one of them. Yes, I am very lonely and sad. But not all. Just because true for me does not mean true for all. I know the song is not about self-shipping. It's about being in love with someone and messing it up because you're young idiots in love. And just wishing you could have a second chance. But essentially that's all just a fairy tale. You're gonna make me cry, man. Even though it hurts, 'cause I don't care if I lose my mind, I'm already cursed. Every day we started fighting. Every night we fell in love. No one else could make me sadder, but no one else could lift me high above. I don't know what I was doing when suddenly we fell apart. Nowadays I cannot find her, but when I do, we'll get a brand new start. I'm in love with a fairy tale, even though it hurts. 'Cause I don't care if I lose my mind, I'm already cursed. She's a fairy tale, yeah. Even though it hurts. Chills. Literal chills. I love how I can draw the same character so differently in the same page. Like, look at her here. Very kimono-esque style. Very, you know, like, big eyes, short muzzle, very soft, kawaii features. But then you see her here. It's just... technically the same character, just completely different panel. Okay, my hair started moving and it moved in a really weird way, and I genuinely thought there was a spider in my hair. We fell apart. That song is so fun to sing along to. Not just because it's like in my range, but like the tune of it is just, I think, it's just fun. Man, these sprinkles are crunchy. It's like rock candy. I got cookie dough snack, black coffee, Sprite tea, and an untouched water bottle. I am hydrated. Fucking pearl? What? I thought I almost cracked a tooth. It just took me off guard. It's just pure sugar. Tastes good though. Okay. You know, I like to put it on the same layer. One problem with having such a like a loose art style is sometimes I'll draw the eyes really big on the face, and just the way the markings are mapped out, it's just like, oh wow, okay, so not only are their eyes really big, their face paint, or sorry, not their face paint, what? Their markings are also really big now. Because you gotta match it all, you know, I mapped it all around their face, so like, okay, so this is always on top of here, like always up their eyes, and this is slightly higher than their eyes, so when their eyes are really freaking big, I have to create this distinct peak so that her design is consistent, even if the line art and the style of which she's drawn is completely inconsistent. See, look, she's drawn, she appears on this page 4 times. She is drawn in 4 different art styles. And I drew this all in the same day, in the same sitting. So I don't know what's going on. Now this one is younger Hawkstar, back when she was still just Hawk. The kitty is still there in her little cubby. Sweater is choking me. I like wearing hoodies, but at the same time, I actually don't like wearing hoodies because the hood is never big enough. Like, look at this hood. This is not. This Handmaiden's Tale. This is not big enough. The hood is. I need a princess hood. That is a hood. This is a condom. It's. And also, the markings kind of change based on how close the eyes are. Because she's under, she doesn't get the markings, and because she hasn't joined Shadow Clan, so she doesn't get the black markings under her eyes. I hope this denotes that this is a younger version of Hawkstar, like before she joined the clans. I might just put that in the description to show that this is young Hawkstar. Anyway. Oh, wait. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. Depending on how close the eyes are to the ears, because, like, in this ref, the marks aren't touching. But in these two, angles, they're touching. So it just depends on how big I draw the eyes, because this marking has to go past the eyes in a tri-pointed shape and barely goes under her eye. Not all the way, just barely under, just to accentuate the heaviness. I keep moving back and forth. Anyway. But I was like, oh yeah, nice point. I finally got it right. Oh well. Well, her ear is covering it, so. Oh well. Whatever. And suddenly we fell apart. Nowadays I can't find her, but when I do, we'll get a brand new start. I'm in love with a fairy tale, even though it hurts. 'Cause I don't care if I lose my mind, I'm already cursed. She's a fairy tale, yeah. Even though it hurts, Once we've hit the 2-hour mark, and I actually do want some real food that isn't just edible cookie dough, I might end stream here. But I do feel bad about not streaming for the past 2 weeks. However, due to my contract with myself, I felt it best that I don't. Now, however, I do know streaming does make me feel pretty good. It helps me be productive. I got hair in my eye. There we go. Mariana Cross, not just another Bloody Mary. Mariana Cross. Choose to run away with me, I will tickle you internally, and I see nothing wrong with that. Okay. Oh my lord. Oh, the backgrounds. The backgrounds. Let's see, what's the next page got? Oh, I saw this one. This one was kind of fun. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, 3 on stream, 4 off stream. Total that are now ready for backgrounds. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4 more pages that still need their flats. You know what? I think we shall, yeah. End it here. 216. Okay, good. It didn't crash. For fuck's sake. I swear to God, if my stream, if I get another midstream crash one more time, I might just lose my damn mind. Anyway, do I? No, I don't have an end screen anymore. Because who needs that? Oh, I just realized that's in the way. There we go. Chat going all the way, but if I shrink it down, then like, what's the point? Because you can't even read it. That's dead because you can like sort of read it on the scroll by, but then I'm like obscuring half of it. I had my camera up here, which then you could see the whole chat, but then it covers up my lava lamps. Alright, chat, what's more important, you or lava lamps? Correct. Oh, wait, there we go. The lamps stay. Yeah, so I need lunch. So I'll be going to do that. Anyway. I don't want to make promises I can't keep by saying streaming is back for good, which is why I made the joke, the milk and cigarettes joke. But I'm gonna kick my own ass if I don't start streaming again and making videos. So, y'all have a day.